All right, what is up, Bears Nation? We are finally here. I know everyone's been long awaiting this mock draft of mine. 1.0, we're just a week away from the draft, so I might do one more possibly, but this might be the only one. So please enjoy. I'm using profootballnetwork.com. I'm going to go ahead and select the Bears, and I'll just go ahead and do a full 7 rounds just in case I do any trades or anything. I'll leave it at the normal speed. I am pretty excited for this draft. It could be pretty groundbreaking. So far, if you haven't been paying attention in the offseason, we traded Justin Fields. So we're most likely, with the first overall pick, going to not trade back. There's some trade offers on the board. Washington, that would have been an option. We're 99.9% sure that we're going to draft Caleb Williams, right? But if like Washington, on the day of the draft, when you can offer your 2024, 2025, and 2026 first round pick, like what would it take for you to trade that back? Would it take let's just say your first round pick for the next 3 years and your second round pick for the next 3 years, and then just throw in your favorite player from Washington, like Deron Payne or I don't know, Jonathan Allen or something like that? Would you do that trade? Leave a comment down below if you would actually take that trade. You're trading back one spot. I don't think that's going to happen. With everything that's happened in the offseason, I think that we're pretty locked in at taking Caleb Williams, considering I don't think he visited any other teams. Maybe he visited Washington, right? Because they don't have to announce those visits. They're not in the top 30 visits or whatever. Maybe, but so Caleb didn't visit anywhere else, and we really didn't have any other quarterbacks in our top 30 visits. So found that pretty interesting. Most likely we are not going to trade back at this point, but anything's possible. I'm never going to say 100% until it's done. But I'm going to go with what I think is going to happen, and that we are going to go ahead and draft Caleb Williams. So Washington takes Drake May with the second pick. So yeah, we drafted Caleb Williams. So oh shit. Okay. Sorry, Justin. We kind of just got that shirt too. I didn't get a jersey. I didn't get a Fields jersey. I might have if we signed him to a long-term deal. I usually wait to I really wanted a David Montgomery jersey, which I'm glad I didn't get. Justin Fields jersey would have happened eventually, but I had the shirt, and well, we have Caleb Williams now, so I'll have to put a 3 on that one or something. Anyway, let's continue with the draft. So Washington takes Drake May at number 2, which is kind of the talk. Apparently, Jayden Daniels and his team didn't really like going to Washington. Doesn't like the idea of going to Washington. That's the news that's out there as of today, which is well, if you're watching, well, depending on when I get this video out, I'm recording this on 4/20/2024. So let's continue with the draft. Marvin Harrison goes at 3. Wow, Malik Neighbor, interesting. So that's very crazy. Hold on a second. I'm gonna hide these for now. Jayden Daniels drops all the way here. That is insane to me. This is kind of a great look. This is like a really good position. I'm not going to offer any trades. I do feel like the Broncos could trade up here. I like the number 12 spot. But look at this board, man. Jayden Daniels, Brock Bowers, Rome Odunze, my cat. Here, let's get down for a second, huh? Let's stay right there, huh? Okay, this is honestly awesome. So here's my thing. 2 things. In this spot, I mean, like Brock Bowers, if he's the best player on your board, and let's just say Rome Odunze is gone. Rome Odunze is like the go-to pick here, right? But here's 2 arguments, both sides. I kind of want to trade back because I do think this is a deep wide receiver class. I do feel like you can pick up a wide receiver a little bit later and still get some good talent. Not to mention of our needs, we have DJ Moore and we have Keenan Allen now. I feel like those are, depending on how the year plays out and how healthy Keenan Allen is, and if he sign him to an extension or something, those guys are 2 number 1 receivers, and we have them on our team. So I feel like as long as they stay healthy, wide receivers are not a super big need. So, but the other argument is that so far with like the wide receivers we drafted, Tyler Scott and Velus Jones Jr. Tyler Scott, you know, it was his first year last year, so I'm not going to say anything. Velus Jones, you know, he as a punt returner had some, you know, muff punts, which isn't great, and then also he's just not really used in the way I think he should be. I feel like he did some jet sweeps and stuff like that near the end of the year, but like he's not really. I don't know. I don't know his hands. They don't throw him the ball that much, so it's kind of hard to see where you're at. My point being is that I think those picks later in the draft for wide receivers might not be the best. Okay, so if I'm Ryan Poles and I'm sitting here and Rome Odunze is on the board, he's closer to a sure thing than Velus Jones or Tyler Scott, and that's my point. And we do need wide receiver depth, and like honestly, for a future, DJ Moore is here for 2 more years. Keenan Allen, as of right now, is just here for this year. So I would think, I would hope, I would assume that they would take Rome Odunze here. I'm not going to do that. I feel like a lot of mock drafts out there are doing that, and that's fine. And I'll be so happy if they. One thing I will say, Joe Alt went at 5 to the Chargers. Again, if he drops to 9 and we draft him, I will not be disappointed, right? But if he's, but I would rather us not go a different direction than offensive line. I still do think Braxton Jones is a decent player. I know I'm going to spend a lot of time on these first couple picks. Well, okay, I'm spending a lot of time on this one pick, but being that we don't have that many picks, you can see the picks in the draft. We have 1, 9, 75, and 122 right now. There's no timer on this, I hope. Good. Because I'm going to need a whole lot of time to think about this. We're doing this live right now, by the way. So I think the Bears should take Rome Odunze. If they trade back, that would be interesting, but I think they should. With Jaden Daniels still on the board, it's interesting that freaking JJ McCarthy went before Jaden Daniels. That's just insane to me. But okay, he's the Heisman winner last year. Like, that's not nothing, okay? Anyways, if this were the Bears, I would hope they'd take Rome Odunze, but for the sake of a little bit of difference and diversity in things, I'm going to go ahead and see what my offers are. 122, they want that too? Damn, but my offers are not great. Hit all the way back to that. New England first. 18 isn't horrible. I don't like losing that pick, though. My cats are very interested in what's going on, apparently. That's fine. Okay, here we go. Cat number 2. There we go. I don't like these. Like, especially if these were the only trade offers I was getting, I would definitely take Rome Odunze. I don't like any of these. Let's see if I'll try to do something. Let's just see who we got here. Like, let's just see what I don't even like that. They don't have a second rounder. The Raiders. I feel like that's not a horrible, especially with Jaden Daniels still on the board here. I feel like this isn't like that bad of a value here. So let's see. Yeah. Man, I do not like the way this fell right now. 18 isn't horrible and 49. Okay. I'm losing that pick though. Can I counter it? I don't want to lose that pick. I don't need that. Give me like 97. I don't. Let's see. Let's see. Hey, there you go. Okay, that's better. All right, just to mix things up a little bit again, I would have probably taken Rome Odunze there, but I ended up picking up a couple more picks. So, and this is also crazy to me, and this is honestly my dream. So I picked up 8. I traded back from 9 to 18, got 49, and I got 97. So not bad. Picked up a couple extra picks. I'll take that. I'm not looking at value of trades right now. But look, this would be freaking ideal for me if they were able to trade. I would hope they would get a little bit, maybe a little bit more in the trade. But Laiatu Latu is my favorite edge rusher in this group. Like, of course, I wouldn't be mad with Dallas Turner, but I do not expect him to make it to 9. The Jets taking Jaden Daniels. That's interesting. So I'm not gonna think about this too much. Like Latu is hands down my favorite edge rusher, and if he falls to 18, you have to draft him. You can trade down a little bit more. A couple of other people I would look at, obviously Jackson Powers Johnson, the center out of Oregon, would be on my list as well. And then where's my other pick? 49. That's not horrible. We might be able to do something with 49. So we're gonna keep on. We're gonna go ahead and get Latu. That is, I would be super happy if this actually happened in real life. So let's go ahead and do that. Let me pause this real quick, and I want to look at. Okay, so we're just gonna keep an eye on my next guy that I would like to get. Obviously, I'm just doing this for fun, right? I mean, taking best player available is always something, but I mean, Latu was the best player available at that point. So, so I'm just gonna keep an eye on my guy while we go through this. Let's see how this goes. Okay. Not great. Yeah, so the first safety went off the board there. Cooper DeJean. Tyler Nubin, I would love. He wants to be a Bear, and he is arguably the best safety in the class. I know Cooper DeJean on this is rated higher, but Tyler Nubin wants to be a Bear. He would be our Eddie Jackson replacement. I know the Bears signed safety Kevin Byard, which is great. I don't know. I figured if it's a 1-year deal or a 2-year deal, but Tyler Nubin would be like the long-term replacement with him and Brisker. Man, that would be absolute fire. I don't think he's gonna fall to us. There goes Jackson Powers Johnson, Kool-Aid. All right, so let's see where we're at here. It's coming up. Mm-hmm. Like I want to be kind of aggressive and get my guys because if this is the only draft I'm gonna do, kind of want to. I wish I could wish you could change the speed after. Oh shit! I just lost him, didn't I? Gosh darn it! I wasn't looking at the damn thing. Oh, that sucks. That's so funny. I was looking at the wrong freaking screen, and then Tyler Newman went off the board there. So it is what it is. Looking at Zach Frazier here. I don't think he's going to make it to 49. Especially with Washington. Watch him go right here. Oh wait, that wasn't Washington. Just kidding. Washington. Just down a little bit more. At 42, huh? Kansas City doesn't need one. Saints might need one. I could have traded with. See, if I was an actual GM, I probably would have tried to trade with the Kansas City to jump above the Saints taking Zach Frazier here. What would I need to give up for that? Let's see how realistic this can be. It's not too many picks. What is that? So 5 to 9. All right, I'll give you this. You give me this. I don't want to give him this year's, so I'll see if they'll do it for that. Yeah, hold on. I don't need to be too aggressive. Like he's a center. I also like Cooper Beebe as a guard, an interior line backup. That's not a horrible one. I'm just kind of going by other guys I've seen and I've liked before. So what is after that? 75. Maybe I'll hold off. Let's see if I'm right about Zach Frazier going right now, though. Yep. I mean, come on, that's pretty good, huh? All right. So we'll just keep on. We'll play it out. Anyway, so we're at 49. Running back. Not like huge fan of any of these necessarily, but I'll go ahead and get Cooper. I'm doing a lot of. Oh no, I did a lot too. Okay, cool. So I like that. Isaac's not a bad value here either. But I would like to get some depth on the offensive line. kind of early in this draft. That would be preferred. Um, what about the what we got on the board here? Yeah, nothing crazy right now. Kind of have a little bit of time before the next one. So, oops, let's do all. I'm just gonna go ahead and go Cooper. Okay, hold on now. Okay, so let's maybe I can maybe get into the third round. Oh gosh darn it! That was the next guy I was looking for. So that's fine. Braden Fisk is another defensive tackle. He graded pretty well in the combine, and he just looks like a guy. So I'm just gonna let this play out now. Apparently, yeah. Nothing great. I do like Cedric Van Pran here, so there is a center, but I just picked a guard up, so I don't know if I want to do that. Um, 97. Damn, I really wanted to get. I was hoping he was going to fall into the third round, but Braden Fisk, yeah, that's gonna. I would love to get Braden Fisk, but we'll just go with what we have. I know, like now, our interior of our offensive line is going to be pretty overloaded if I go with that. Well, dang, this guy's pretty athletic, huh? We're gonna go with Ricky Pearsall. Get that wide receiver. All right, we got here. Kate Stover's there. That's not a horrible thing. We could. I feel like we should draft tight end too. I would like us to pick up some more depth at the defensive tackle position. Um, I also would like us to get a decent tight end. Cade Stover is kind of a popular one. All right, so after looking it over, I think that I'm just gonna go with kind of more of our needs. This might be a little bit of a overdraft, but I'm gonna go with Cade Stover, the tight end out of Ohio State. You should. We do need it. We do need a third tight end on our team. I know we have Steven Carlson, which I was a fan of him last preseason, last training camp. He was one of my honorable mentions, but I do still think we need a little bit more depth there. At least create some competition, get a young guy in there too, and also we got Gerald Everett. I forget if it's one or two. I think we have him for 2 years, but anyway, get young tight ends to learn behind that veteran, and then hopefully these guys can step up. And while Cole still is our number one tight end there, so I'm going to go ahead and create a little bit of a competition in the tight end room and draft Cade Stover here. I like what I see here. Will he make it 3 more picks? Hard to say. Probably not the way this draft has been going for me, but we're gonna play it out anyway. But I like Brendan Rice. Brendan Rice is the USC wide receiver. He already knows Caleb Williams bringing in a receiver this late in the draft, especially with the last pick. If I'm able to do it, of course, every time I'm gonna jinx myself like I have done with my past past 3 guys that I wanted to draft. But let's see. Hey, he made it. All right. So let's see the big board real quick here. Yeah, Devondre Sweat, that would be a decent pickup too. Wouldn't mind going. I mean, best player available, right? I mean, there's some decent options here on the board. Blake Fisher, tackle out of Notre Dame, pretty good. Jaden Hicks, safety, another edge. So there's definitely some options. But I'm gonna keep on very offense heavy draft. I feel like our last couple of drafts have been pretty defense heavy. So getting some young guys on the offense, hopefully they can compete, maybe make the team. Um, yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead. I would have liked to pick up Braden Fisk would have been my defensive tackle of choice in this draft in like the second, third round, but I wasn't able to get him. So we'll go ahead and I think this is the one that actually fell to us. So we're going to go ahead and draft our guy, Caleb Williams, college buddy, Brendan Rice. Not too bad. We'll let the draft play out here. All right, so with my mock draft 1.0 of 2024 that I did on April 20th, 2024, number 1 overall pick, I selected Caleb Williams, quarterback out of USC. Then I traded back from 9. I think I just traded back once. I traded back to 18, and I picked up 49 and 97. And I was able to get Laiatu Latu, who is my favorite edge rusher. And then at pick 49, I picked up. I was thought about trading up to get not Cedric Van Pran. Who's the other one? Zach Frazier. Zach Fish. Yeah, Zach Frazier, the center. But I decided just to let it sit and hope that he fell to me, but he didn't fall to me. So I went ahead and picked up Cooper Beebe, guard out of Kansas State. And then at 75, I was hoping for possibly defensive tackle Braden Fisk, probably one of my favorite players that I watched in the combine. But he did not fall to 75, so I ended up picking up Ricky Pearsall, who is a very athletic wide receiver. And then at 97, I was looking at some different options. So I might have overdrafted a little bit. I think I forget what his rank was, but Cade Stover, tight end at Ohio State. And then with 122, I was able to draft Brendan Rice, wide receiver out of USC, to kind of pair up with Caleb Williams. So I got two wide receivers, a lot of offensive players on this draft with an edge rusher, which our defense really doesn't have too many needs. So I would have liked to pick up one more defensive tackle to help with the depth on defensive line. But Laiatu Latu secures that other side across from Montez Sweat. And you still have DeMarcus Walker on our team, and some other guys that they brought in. So Laiatu Latu will help with the pass rush for sure, I believe. And the only other player that I would have liked to get was Tyler Nubin, the safety out of Minnesota. Those are kind of my guys that I would have really liked to see, but this is the way the draft fell, so I'm pretty happy with this draft. There's no grade on. Oh yeah, this is not the PFF simulator, so it doesn't give you any grade or whatever. But I give myself a damn A+. Yeah, I give myself an A at least. But you guys can let me know in the comments, what do you think that this draft deserves? We were able to pick up 2 extra picks in there, so we started with 4, traded back to 18, and got 2 more picks. So that's a pretty good deal, I think. I do think a trade back is definitely an option, but at the same time, with Rome Odunze still on the board there, I would have been perfectly fine staying there and just getting Rome Odunze, possibly using a future pick to trade up back into the second round, maybe like a future second. Use Carolina's future second next year, trade up into this year's second round if possible. If there's a player sitting there that you like Braden Fisk or anyone else, but yeah. So this is it. This is my mock draft 1.0. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section, and until next time, bear down.